website and go to the Maps tab and select the Maps tab. So you're into the EPA maps where they have all the information on water and water quality. But to access the PIP maps, you go to this tab, the Pressures and Activities tab, and then the Pollution Impact Potential maps. So select on that. So as you can see here, we have the Pollution Impact Potential map for P, for nitrate, and then we have the flow delivery points and the flow delivery paths. So we'll just look at the nitrate ones first. So if you click on this, it'll just give you a little bit of information around it. So it just gives you what the pollution impact potential maps are and the different rankings around that. So you can read that yourselves there for a little bit of background information. And we'll just select it there. So as you can see, the map is beginning to get a little bit of colour to it. So the map, I suppose, indicates where the nitrate risky or nitrate vulnerable areas in the country are. And I suppose, I'm sure you've heard, if you draw a line from Louth to Limerick and down to Cork, you're kind of getting the vast majority of the areas where the nitrate is risky for leaching, and these are your free draining soils, light sandy soils where nutrient nitrogen can be leached rather easily. So just to zone in a little bit closer on an area here, so to get you a bit of a feel for what's going on. As you can see now, it gets quite colourful at this stage, and all the different colours indicate a different level of PIP risk. So if we go over to the Layers tab here and click on it, it'll just open out that window there, and if you click on the settings, that will then open up the different PIP ranks. So you have PIP rank 1 to PIP rank 7. So the rule of thumb is the darker the colour, the greater the risk of nitrate leaching, the greater the risk that area is. So as you can see here, there's a wide range of colours, so from the very dark purples to the light creams. And if you're just wondering which area is what, if you just click your mouse on a field, it'll pop up here what the PIP rank is. So that field is a PIP rank 5, so that's at the lower end of the scale, and if you click on the one next door to it, that's a PIP rank 1, so that's at the higher end of the scale. And the darker the colour is really reflective of the level of intensity of farming that's going on in that area. So the more intensive, highly stocking rated or highly stocked farms would have a darker colour than the lower stocked farms. Okay. So you can also move this button here, and it increases or decreases the transparency. So if you move it over there, you have greater you have a more dark or more truer colors, and if you bring it back over to the left, you can see the background layer maps or the underlying layer maps there of the countryside. So that's just a useful tool to help you know where you're going. Another useful tool over here is in these 3 dots at the bottom. If you want to get the aerial photography going, you just click on the digital globe, and that will open up your aerial photography on it. And again, that might help you to identify an area of land, and if you increase the area, you'll get to see the PIP map behind it. So that's just a useful tool to have there. Okay, so we get rid of that and we go back to here. So again, staying on the pollution impact potential, so we go back up to our pressures here, but this time we're going to look at the phosphorus one. So we'll scroll out again to the national. Seeing here. So as you can see, the areas that are going to be risky for phosphorus are the opposite areas to the areas that are risky for nitrogen. So as you can recall, maybe all this area of Cork and around South Tipperary and Kilkenny and so on up along here was a lot of pinks and purples. So that's your free draining nitrogen areas, and then you have your phosphorus areas here in the darker colours. So if we zoom in again on an area, again you can see on a field by field basis the different colours. So the darker the colour again, the higher the risk for phosphorus leaching, and again it's based on your stocking rate. Now, to add into that, the new maps that they have developed are these flow delivery path maps. So click on that. So as you can see, that this map is now populating up with various areas of flow paths. So you can see them there, and also they have a legend on the side here which indicates if it's high, medium or very high. And added to that, then you have your delivery points. Your delivery points are where they transverse across into the drainage network. So if we click on this here, you'll see what I'm on about. And a lot of time these delivery paths are into either surface drains or into water courses. So as you can see, delivery is into the water course here, the drain here. So what these will do is help identify for you out in farms, out in fields, where water moves over land and where it delivers into the stream. So these are the kind of areas then that you would focus. These are critical source areas. These are the areas that you would focus specific mitigation actions around, trying to break the pathway of delivery of nutrient phosphorus and sediment into these areas. So the same with the delivery pathway points. We have a legend as well, so it depends on the colour. Dark red is very high, and obviously clear is very low. So that's to do with the volume of water that is delivered to these points. So look at they're there for everybody, freely available on the EPA website, as I showed you how to get into it, and also in time they will be available on NMP Online as well. Thank you.